Jason Childs is an associate professor in the economics department over at the University of Regina and has been keeping a close eye on all the developments since yesterday afternoon. Jason, what struck you as perhaps the most surprising?
The most surprising is how serious they seem to be about closing the deficit and getting rid of it. I mean, it seems to be the only jurisdiction in the country right now that's taking deficits seriously and working hard to close it. And that's going to have some serious ramifications and cost to the people of Saskatchewan.
The Premier has said, though, that's what's keeping our economy strong, and he speaks to that as being something to be held up in high esteem. What do you think?
There is an argument to be made there, and we've seen it in Ireland, we've seen it in other jurisdictions where the government finances can have a really negative impact on business investment, where everybody holds back in fear of higher taxes in the future or, serious cuts that might be coming. The fear of something is always worse than it actually happening in financial terms. So that's a positive in some ways.
And the cut to the corporate tax, what does that say to you?
It says they're serious about getting business growing and investing and maintaining that positive atmosphere here. It has some negative connotations in terms of distribution and equity, and I think those need to be addressed and thought about carefully.
We're hearing from people on the street concerned about STC closing, taxing children's clothes.
Right.
What do those types of decisions do financially, but also politically?
Politically, they're dangerous for a government like this that has a lot of rural support. I mean, you're hitting your base, and that's why what shocked me about this is they're so serious about closing that deficit is that they are hitting their own base. They're not just going after NDP supporters and where their cuts are, they're going after their own voters. And that says they're really serious and they really mean it in terms of getting this deficit under control.
Do you think there's any regret on their part of not trying to tackle this sooner and not being pushed into this position of making these serious decisions at this point of the game?
I can't speak for them, but if it were my decision, yeah, I would have wanted to tackle this sooner, and I'd be kind of kicking myself for not taking this in a much more measured, deliberate, slow approach. We should have started moving in this direction maybe 2 or 3 years ago.
They argue, though, that there wasn't an awareness that the oil prices were going to stay so low for so long. Is that fair?
It is fair. I mean, virtually all the analysts looked at it, and what happened was a move by Saudi Arabia, and the Saudis can't keep this up forever. They're going to have to stop in about 2 years. They're going to run out of money. The Saudis have just put their heads down and are still going at it. I don't see the oil price rebounding, and realizing that fact is what's driving this change.
Thanks for your time today, Jason.
Thank you.